It's good to be back. I'm I'm happy to be here. Today has been very interesting for me, and hopefully this is a chance to just wind down, stop running around all the place, and hopefully just kind of chill. It's very nice to see you here, Rafaela. You are actually first, so yay! Glad you can be here. Okay, so last time we were able to complete all of the mushroom, all of the clover, and all of the mosaic leaf cards. Okay? Literally all of them except for, like, the edges on the new ones. But we have all of those completed. However, I took too much time talking and not enough time drawing because I was silly, and decided hey, now would be the perfect time to forget to do I forgot to do the bleeding hearts. I just didn't have time to. So I got out too many, but we are going to finish 8, 9, and 10 on these today. So we are definitely doing that. Now, I know that we're going to have time for this, so I do want to talk about it. Now, once we have 1 through 10 completed on all 4 of the cards, that means that we have to start on the Jack, Queen, and King. And these, I've been putting these off because that requires lots and lots of effort. Now, I have definite ideas for these two, and I'm like kind of on the fence about an idea for the Jack. So, I have this sketchbook page, okay? Ignore the butterfly, that was just a doodle. But everything else pertains to this. These ones up here I was kind of inspired by, like, a field guide sort of look, so, like, an actual, like, realistic sketch of it. So I think I'm going to kind of take these and put them onto the cards and do it in either, like, a black and white sort of vibe or, like, just in pencil, but I feel like pencil fades, so I might do it in pen. However, I'm not good in pen, so we'll see how that goes. But I was thinking that could be for the queen. And then also a little fun little thing that I found is I researched all of their scientific names. And so I was thinking that we could do the picture in the middle, and then most of them are 2 words, so we could put the top one and then the bottom one, or we can just do top one or whatever, and then we can do the edge, of course. So we can do that, which I am quite excited about. So I was thinking that for the queen, and I just kind of sketched these in my off time a couple weeks ago. It was great. These little ones on the bottom here are much more blocky, and I was thinking that could translate into stained glass, which I was thinking would work for the king, just because it's all fancy and such. And I just like that a lot. Now, my third idea that I'm on the fence about is for the Jack, and I was thinking of doing symbolism because I couldn't think of much else. So I was going to, like, the one thing that I kind of rolled with when designing these was just the word. So I researched them. Of course, like, the clover is going to be luck, and the bleeding heart is going to be love. But I actually had to do some, like, good research on the mushroom and the mosaic plant, and actually there was nothing on the mosaic plant, so I just kind of made something up, which I think feels nice, and it's order. So I was thinking that we could do the actual word, but I also feel like that, I don't know, I'm very iffy on it. I think we'll do that next week. I do have some news that I need to share, but for now, I think we can do that after we finish all of the bleeding hearts. So if we get, I have it sketched out here, just a lot of circles. I used this last week as well for my others, but if we just sketch them out, then we can use the markers and we're all good to go. So I think, yeah, we're doing number 8, which is right here. We're gonna do 2, we're gonna make it be symmetrical, we're gonna have 1 right here, have this one fan out, and then we'll have another right here, another right here, and another right here. So it kind of goes down. And then we will do the same on the other side where we have one close to the top, one close to the bottom, and two in the middle. And hopefully that looks nice. And hopefully I don't do the pencil lines too dark. Because last time I did, and that was kind of a hassle. We're here now. I think... Good job. I think that is going to be good enough, at least. Once I erase that, I can actually do the color and such. So for 9, I'm going to do basically that, but I'm going to do 1 in the middle, which it works well enough, you know. It was kind of difficult drawing all of these little thumbnail sketches and trying to fit, you know, 10 clovers onto one thing. Kind of difficult, kind of tricky, took some time to figure out. But we're here now, and we have some good bleeding hearts to finish. I genuinely, like, completely forgot about these, and I kind of put them off, because I'm like, the pink markers, I don't have a replacement for them yet, and they're still being quite a hassle to deal with, you know? Because they're drying out, it's having all sorts of tissy fits. It's just a hassle. So I put them off, and then I didn't have time to do them last time, so we're doing them today. But also, that does mean that we can spend more time on the queen today. Because I wanted to do that one because I'm still unsure of how the watercolor would work on this type of card. I'd kind of tested it yesterday, and it seemed to work fine, but I want to play around with it a little bit more and get the design finalized, and then we can put it on the card. I think that's good enough for 9. But yeah, I basically have the queen all sorted out, and we can just start that today, so hopefully that will work pretty well. We're going to do the same thing we did with 8 on this one, except we are going to go off to either side. So we're going to kind of alternate. Yeah, okay, cool. That should look good. I like these little cards, because you get to do little bite-sized bits. Bits and pieces, you know? I remember back in some of my classes, they were like, you gotta do these really big pieces, and I'm like, please, take pity on me. I don't know how to do that. Yay for, I don't know, art block. It's done that to me before. It's good enough. Okay. Means we get to do 8, and I can't remember. I think I just added my 3 lightest pinks in here because they all look mostly similar on paper. I think I just added all 3 in because I knew I would be blending things. Needed erasers, they're a lifesaver. Oh, they're amazing. I actually, fun fact, you can clean kneaded erasers, and I didn't actually know that until one of my friends sent me a TikTok about how to clean kneaded erasers, and it blew my mind, and I've been meaning to do that for literally months now, so yay for me, I guess. But I actually have like 5 kneaded erasers that just need to be cleaned. But yeah, like you just knead them in like soapy water, and then it's all good. And I'm like, it blew my mind. I'm like, wait, it's that easy? You don't just have to throw it away? I've been meaning to do that, along with cleaning my pen. I have this really nice pen that I made in a woodshop class that I took a while ago. I made this nice wooden pen, and it's so smooth, and it writes really nice, and it even like works on the skin once the ink actually flows down. But I kept it in a pocket, and the pocket was also with a pencil, so there was lead in the pocket, and then the lead got into the wood of the pencil. So I need to clean the pencil. I need to clean the wood on this, so I've been meaning to do that along with the kneaded eraser. I just haven't found the time. I've been busy, you know, doing lots of things. I mean, life was busy up until about a week ago, I think. And here we are, life's still a little bit busy, but we're here. hopefully we'll be able to finish this project within next week. Because if we just do the Bleeding Hearts and the Queen today, then we can do the Jack and the King next time. And it should be good. If we have extra time today after finishing the Queen, we'll go through and start doing the edges and like all of the border stuff that I've been putting off. Because it's pretty easy. It's pretty much busy work at this point, but if we have extra time, because I know the Bleeding Hearts won't take too long if my pens decide to cooperate with me. Okay. Yep, okay. I will probably have to switch markers like halfway through these 3 cards because I don't know, it's just being very mean, but I have 3 to switch through, so should be fine. Just hoping to get through 1 card. I seriously need better or more markers, just new markers in general, because these have been with me for so long. Okay. This is kind of working. It's fine. Everything is fine. No stress. Don't stress. That's what I'm doing. I'm stressing. Which is not good. But we got 1, which means that we can go in with these. It's kind of fun, you know? I'm not the best with colors. Like, colors definitely isn't my strongest bit of art. Definitely isn't where I'm strongest, but it's still really fun. I enjoy doing coloring books just because, like, I don't have to do the art bit, I just have to do the color bit. Because I always find that line art is the hardest stage for me, because sketches always look so good, and then, yeah, put ink on it, and it's like, oh, we're gonna turn into a monster, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go cry. That's how it usually goes for me. So yeah, coloring books have been really nice lately, because I just get to sit down, chill, and just take a couple hours to do that page. And also, they're always so pretty. You find the right coloring books, and suddenly the world is so much brighter because it's just pretty art. I don't like these gel pens. I don't feel like they don't mix very well, but it's honestly fine. I'll have to get my blending marker out again because I totally forgot that that existed again. Haven't actually been using my markers other than for this within the past, like, week or so. I've been mostly chilling. It's nice to finally get a break from classwork and such. And I think I will also... Oh, I'm just going to take the rubber band off, if I'm honest. Actually, earlier today, I tried putting my hair in a braid, and it did not go well. I have never actually braided my hair up until when I tried to today, and it didn't go well. I tried. It didn't work. Kind of fun, though. It's interesting, to say the least. But I'm liking that. I think once I blend it, it'll be better. But yes. Because so far, it just looks like this. Kinda nice. I do think that my favorites of this have been the first ones, just because I was able to do them much larger and then put more detail in them. I honestly think it would be really cool to do a mural at some point. I've always wanted to do one, and I just think that would be really neat, you know? But also I have no clue how to design something like that. But even just one, like, on a wall somewhere in a house or whatever, that would just be really interesting. I've been tempted to do one in my own, but I just haven't had the motivation for it, you know? And also I'd have to leave it behind at some point, and that would make me so sad. But I mean, speaking of painting walls, I actually am planning on doing that at some point soon. And I was gonna do it like this week because I was bored. And then I realized, wait, whenever I do acrylic paint, I get anything and everything on my clothes. it's probably not a good idea to try to paint a ceiling and just without like an apron or something. So I like did a little bit of research. Everything was fine. And then I found a pattern for an apron. Okay. And this pattern, like, there was a tutorial along with it, and I'm like, nah, screw the tutorial. I think I know how this pattern fits together. I'm gonna make it. So I got some fabric. I cut out all the pieces. I figured out how it went together, and then I made the apron. There was a couple setbacks. I think the tutorial said it would like take like 3 hours. But I did it different. Because why follow a tutorial when you can follow your own guidance? And B, I don't know how to sew. So, that was, I know the basics, but I haven't, like, sewed something in, like, a while. So that was a journey. And then, 3, it took about 8 hours for me when I think the tutorial said 3. But granted, 3 hours of that were spent turning straps inside out. Yes. I am saying that, Stasis. But yeah, I made an apron, and I had to get, like, someone else to help me with the sewing machine, because when I tried to use it at one point, it just, like, had a seizure, and then there was a knot underneath, and apparently I did something wrong. I know how to fix it now, so it didn't happen again. It was just, a hassle. It took a good amount of time, But now that I have the apron, I can paint a ceiling, and also just, have an apron for painting things, because I always get paint on my clothes, which isn't a good thing, and it's very hard to clean out. But yay for aprons! Yay for doing sewing patterns on your own instead of following the provided tutorial. I'm a mess. It's great. Okay, so I think that looks good enough. So I'm gonna do the stem on the other side, and then that's 8 done. And then we can start on number 9, which should be about the same, and then we can do 10. Should be fine, But I like that. And I did go through the other day and label all of the cards. So if I, for some reason, decided that I couldn't count, I now have the little numbers and stuff in the bottom corner, just so that if I need them, and also because I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be doing the border and stuff. I haven't drawn the lines for that yet, but I am planning on doing it, which now means we can move on to 9. Ooh, if the kneaded eraser will be nice to me. Ooh. Ooh, jeez. Okay. Sometimes it gets caught on the paint because, you're not supposed to erase on paint. It's just not something that usually happens, But we got that mostly done. Then we can do this. So I think we're gonna try using this one, and we're gonna hope that it works. Maybe it'll work for a little bit, and then I'll switch. I mean, it should be fine. When I was researching bleeding hearts, there's like lots of different colors and shades of pink and red, and there's even some that are white. So it should be fine. Should be fine. And just in case, I'll do it like a little bit sporadically, just so that if worse comes to worse, I can just switch to another color and let it be, and then it'll look fine. Actually, I think that's probably a good idea. So we're gonna try doing that, see if it works. Nope, because this one is being very mean to me still. Oh, no. Okay, cool. guess what? So, the other day, okay, now, you guys, some of you already know this, okay? That's fine. I'm gonna tell it again because I'm excited about it. Yesterday, I decided, because I was bored, I was going to make bread. Now, I have never made bread. In fact, I don't cook or bake very much. So, I found a recipe, I got everything out, and it was all going fine and dandy. And it was actually, like, the first time where I put something in the oven and did not burn myself. Like, I have no burns on me. I may have band-aids on my thumbs, but that's for a different reason. I don't have a single burn. And it's great. Who knew that not getting burned while baking things was amazing? And also, the bread ended up tasting good, so that's wild to me. Makes me happy, you know? Something I made actually turned out nice. So, I kind of like the two different colors. Why didn't I do that earlier? Well, I was complaining about all of my markers going dead, and that's because I was using just one. I should switch between all three more often. How did I not know this? This seems like such a simple idea. Huh. But it should be pretty easy. So yeah, I've been doing lots of different little productive things. I have like a list of things that I want to do in my free time, which included making that apron and baking bread. So we're checking things off the list slowly. It's like a big long list of like 8 items, and I have 3 months to do it. Whoa. I want to like do just a little bit every day. So like one day I did like the pockets of the apron or whatever. And so like I slowly like spaced it out, did a little bit every day. It's been nice so far. Okay, so I think this one now? Yes. It's nice to get these bleeding hearts done. They've kind of been taunting me. I didn't like using the pinks and such. I mean, pink's a fine color. It's just that the pinks that I have available don't work very well together. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, I can make it work. It's just, Like, I have a bunch of blues, and they all work amazing together, and it's by far one of my favorites to work with. But all the pinks are just, like, kind of nasty. You know? It's just a lot. I should do like a bunch of different monochromatic, just like a set of different monochromatic like paintings or something, because I think that would be really cool. I mean, I've been meaning to do painting more often, which is also partially why I've made the apron, so that I can paint. And I also have motivation to paint. Because I want to do, like, lots and lots of landscapes, which I think, I've always thought landscapes were quite neat, and I want to learn how to do them. And also being self-taught with landscapes, I just think that's pretty neat. No, I did not. Yeah, okay, cool. It's fine. Everything is fine here. But yeah, I really want to do, a bunch of different little paintings. I want to get like a bunch of small canvases and do like a set, so I can do a bunch of different little things, kind of like this, you know. And then I can just like hang them all up together. So I could do like a bunch of different clouds and do like the different stages of the day. So I could do midday and have it all like sunny and nice. Maybe I could do a rainy day, or maybe I could do the sunset or the sunrise, and I could just do like a bunch of those. And also I feel like that was something that could sell, so if I do it good enough, I could make money. Always something that I need more of. Ooh, okay, so I think this is almost done. I'm just going back in and getting hairs off of wherever they may so land. I'm just gonna go back in and kind of like feather the lighter pinks out, because they tend to not blend very well, and also I'm too lazy to go grab my blending marker. Because because that's a whole thing that requires me taking off my headphones and just doing all that. It's just a process. And I think, yep. Okay, cool. We can start moving on to the stems. Hopefully that works well enough. Okay, so when I am almost done with these, I'm so close to being done with these bleeding hearts. I'm so close. Like, so insanely close. And I do want to kind of show off my watercolor set because I did last time, but I love it. I love it so much and it makes me so happy, and I am going to keep talking about it until someone shuts me up because it makes me very happy. So after I finish this card, we're going to take a little break and I'll show you my watercolors. And then we will finish the 10th card and then probably start on the queens. Or at least figure out how we're going to do that, because I still need to figure out what medium we're doing that in. I think that should be good, and then we do the stem. Okay, this is going great. Going fantastic. Okay, so I think that's how number 9 looks. Snazzy, isn't it? So nice. Maybe I'll do, if I finish early today, I'll probably do the edges. But next time, if I finish early, maybe actually wait. I'll still have more edges to do. Never mind. Everything is just gonna be edges. Oh yes, that's what I was doing. I was labeling it 9. Okay, so quick break for watercolors, and I have to say I am loving these, and I showed them off last time, but they make me so happy. These are Winsor & Newton, and I think it's the pocket set, and I got them, and they make me so happy. And I have to make my own purple, which is kind of a pain, but it's a motivation for me to mix colors, so I'm not complaining, or am I? So I have these 12 colors, which make me very happy, and I love them so much. And then also this little thing, okay? It's a tiny little brush. It's so itty bitty. Like, oh! And it's like a travel size, and it has a little case, and it makes, it's so nice. And I love it, and it has a little spot. And then you close it up, and it's all good, and it's all nice. But yes, there's that. I've already kind of made some things with it. I've done some coloring pages. I was experimenting the other day for another project that I have in mind. If the pen will stop moving, I was doing little flowers, and that's a petal. So there's lots of things that I want to do, and I want to do lots of watercolor pieces. So maybe I'll do watercolor instead of acrylic when doing those landscape pieces, because I think that would be really pretty. And also I need to learn how to use it, because I need to learn how to use watercolor. So let's do number 10 now. Just gotta erase things first. If it's nice to me. There's too many things that I want to do and not enough time to do them, you know? If I had energy, I'd probably stream twice a week, but I don't think I do. I don't think I do have energy for that. But I mean, my classes are done for right now. I mean, I am taking another one soon. I'm taking another one soon, which is only a 2-week class, which means okay, so there's this required class that I have to take, okay? And I decided to take it during the summer instead of during the normal year. And turns out the time that it is scheduled during the summer is 4 to 6 my time. And guess what? I stream 4:30 to 6:30 my time. So, and that starts not next week, but the week after. So on the 23rd and 30th, I'm gonna have to miss it because I'm going to be busy in a class during the just like literally the rest of the day is free, but I have to be there for that class, and I cannot miss a single one. So I have to be there for that, which really, it's kind of sad. So I haven't decided yet, I might either stream a little bit earlier, or I'll just miss those 2 weeks. But I will be finishing the deck of cards before then, so maybe I'll just take a little break and chill for a bit and, like, brainstorm ideas and get my head together, because, oh man, do I need that. And maybe during that time, I'll finally go to a craft store and get a new replacement marker for these pinks, because, oh man, are they giving me trouble. I'm going to do back and forth switchy swatch. That's definitely not what I was meaning to say. It's fine. I'm going to do every other. That's what I mean. And so I'm going to do like a lighter pink for one, and then I'm going to go and switch between the darker pinks and whatever. Just because I think that's neat. If it'll be nice to me. Maybe I just need to get the paint out. This is what I get for using markers instead of paint, because paint is so much easier, in a way. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ah! Oh my gosh. I just turn it a little bit and then it's fine. How dare they? Okay, well, that's fine. That one's done. We can do this one now, which hopefully won't give you as much trouble. So far, it's been fine. This one's been a bit easier today. It sucks that markers are so expensive individually, because I was at the store the other day, and it's like, oh yeah, these markers are $4 for each one, and I'm like, please, sir, if I want a 20 set of just these markers, I would have to pay like $50. And that's not what I want in life. I can't. It's too much. Too expensive. That's what I forgot. Okay. Nope. And this one. Okay. I forgot to add little wings. There was, oh my gosh. Oh, my friend sent me a TikTok, and I'm the only reason that I'm on TikTok is because my friend sends me stuff on there. Like, I don't get on unless she sends me something. And she decided to send me this beautiful, beautiful lady. And she has these wings, and she controls them with strings on her hand, and they go up and down on their own, and they're like kind of mechanical, and oh my gosh, it was so pretty, and I want to do that with my life. Like, I think my life would be complete if I did something like that. Like, oh my gosh, they made me so happy. Like, just that in and of itself would complete my life. It takes my breath away. And I'm kind of hungry. I don't know why that has anything to do with this, but I think I'm kind of hungry. Maybe I should finish my bread from yesterday, because I made a loaf, and it was like a loaf of French bread. And like half of it, actually no, more than half of it is already gone. So, I guess it was good bread if my family and stuff ate it that fast. It better have been, because they told me it was good. They better not have been lying. Okay, so I think these are close. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. And then we can start on the queen. That makes me happy. I've been kind of anxious to start the last three, just because ideas. Like, it's so much ideas. Like, there's just nothing in my head. I am here drawing pretty little hearts. And pretty little flowers. Okay. So I think going back in with this, because I was a fool. the darker shade, and then do the little things, and then do the green. A lot of little steps. Lots and lots of little steps. Because little steps get you there eventually. Oop, that's the wrong end of the marker. My mind blanked for a second there, and I'm like, where am I? What am I doing? This is what I'm doing. I am making bleeding hearts. Hopefully the required class I'm taking in a couple weeks isn't too much of a drawl. And luckily, one of the benefits taking it over the summer instead of during the normal year is that I only have to spend 2 weeks on it. It's just every day instead of a full semester on it, which is every other day. And also I get I think I get more like one-on-one time with the instructor. I think. Could be the case, could not be the case. Maybe I can convince my friend to do it as well. That way I'm not alone. I haven't decided yet. Sometimes it's better to not have her in a class because she's just distracting. It's also fun though. It's fun, but distracting. And little bits. Going with the gray. Again, lots and lots of little steps. Whew. Okay. This is going good. I like this so far. Again, I do like the aces the best just because I was able to add more detail in, and that just makes me happy. But sadly, I'm not able to do that with these tiny ones. That means I'm in the green now. Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. This is going great so far. Okay, so there is 10. I like that one. Okay, and that means that every single card, 1 through 10, is done. Huzzah! We only have 12 more cards to go. Yay! Okay, and time to compare. We have this many completed cards compared to this many not completed cards. Significant difference. And hopefully they will be stacked together, and then we will have the full completed deck. So, I think what we're going to do, we're just going to take 4 cards out, and we're going to do the green. Because we have another full hour to work on this. Okay. So, I'm going to switch out the notebook. And I think I'm going to start with the mushroom because that's the one I'm most confident in. And I think I'm going to sketch it out first. And I'm basically just going to translate it over. I don't want it to be, like, too big. And this is a bit too big, you know. And I also want to grab that because I have the actual name written on here. So if this is going to be the mushroom, we're going to do queen in the corners, and then we're going to write the name. It's so weird. I can't say any of these names. I can only spell them, and that's only when it's in front of me. It's wild. Scientific names are interesting. Okay, it's good enough, which means we have that so far. And I will probably go over that with a darker marker as well, if I end up doing marker or just with a pen. Maybe to highlight it in the words, I'll do like a drop shadow of red. I think that could work quite well. Okay, time for the sketching. So I think I want the top to be right there and the bottom to be right there, which means that the bottom of the cap and that. Okay, cool. I wish that I could zoom in more with this camera just so that you could actually see what I'm doing, but trust me, I've tried and I can't. Like, I was going to have this entire project be done in a closer up view just because it's easier to see that way, but then my camera decided to say no to me, and how dare it. It's nice. I kind of picked up the classic mushroom colors, and then I researched and I'm like, oh, this one fits perfectly. Except it has like really small, tiny white spots instead of large white spots, kind of like the classic mushroom, you know. But I'm thinking that actually works pretty well. Actually, besides that. Okay, so we have that mushroom, which means that at least the sketch is done. I think I want to add in like little dots of color, so not the entire thing is going to be colored, but I do think I want to outline it in pen, and then go in with the other ones, which I think I want to do Clover next, just because that one is the next easiest. Oh my gosh, it was so hard to find a plant that fit into the diamond, because everything else was really easy, you know. I mean, Clover and Spade practically just give you the plant. But the diamond, oh my gosh. I had to research for a good 30 minutes to find anything close. And then it was a water plant that can't really be viewed from the side like all of these other three. It really is only viewed from the top, because since it's a water plant, it spreads out over the water instead of up. And so like this has to be like a top-down view instead of a side view, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just kind of have to wing it and see how that ends up working. Okay, so this is I know how to say this one. It's Trifolium repens, which is pretty interesting. And I mean, tri is 3, so works for Clover. That's the reason why it's named that. Oh, that's fun. Cool. I'm so good at doing things in cursive. Okay, I'm not entirely sure on that bottom bit, but there we are with the words. And then we can do the sketch. And I really like this sketch in particular because it kind of goes up, and I know that most Clover is spread out. I don't know, I really like it. It makes me happy. You know? If it makes you happy, then it makes you happy. I just gotta figure out how this flower works because it always eludes me. Actually, wait, this is looking good. Wait, I've never drawn this flower this good before. Hold up a minute. What you doing, buddy? cool. I really like that. Okay, that works well. And we're gonna do another small one, and then we're going to do the 2 big ones, and it's all gonna go great. Okay, one here, go like that. Okay, and then we'll like that. Granted, these aren't like the best looking clover leaves, but it's what we have. And I really like this one because it has the clover flower as well, which is honestly it's not what everyone first thinks of, but it's definitely, I think, what this is called, because the clovers are really just leaves, which I think is quite interesting. But that's 2 out of 4 done in a record time, so maybe we'll get to move on to the king today. Or actually, maybe I'll just experiment more with the jack, because I really want to take my time on the king. Because the king is, you know, the king, it's the final one. Or in the case of solitaire, the first one, but whatever. But like, I want to take my time on it, and also watercolor is a huge mess that I cannot do today. Maybe I'll just do the sketches or something. There's lots of options. I mean, we still have all the borders to do. It's a whole thing, you know. But we'll do the bleeding heart next, which, wild. I only have an abbreviation, which I think is the correct thing, but I am going to check. Okay, but what is the full name? Wikipedia, tell me. No, you're gonna be mean. Okay. Please. Okay. You know what? It's fine. Close enough. We are going to go like that, and then I've gotten to the point where I can kind of freestyle my own cursive. Like, I can kind of figure out how big each letter needs to be and such. It's just a whole thing. And then we can go. Ooh, this one's long. Okay, it's fine. S-B-E C-T Also, I refuse to do B's the dumb way. I will always do them the better way that actually looks like a B, because the cursive way to write a B is like this. And no, that's not how you write a B. How you write a B is that. Like, come on, please. Anyway, back to this. There's like 5 L's in this thing. Actually, wrong, there's 1. I was over exaggerating, but I don't really care because there's too many letters. Too many letters. So we have that, which I'm thinking looks pretty good so far. At least the words do. And I really like the sketches that I did with this. I have a bleeding heart plant in my yard, and it was blooming a couple weeks ago, and oh my gosh, it was so pretty. There was one point where I was on my way to one of my classes, and I looked outside, and there was this bleeding heart just sitting on the floor, and it had broken off, like during the night or something. And I'm like, oh no, you poor baby. And then I picked it up and seriously just carried it with me. Like, for a straight hour, I just carried it with me. And then one of my friends is like, why are you carrying that with you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do anything to it. And then they're like, why don't you press it? And I'm like, oh, that's actually a good idea. And then I pressed it, and I still haven't. So, I have a book specifically for pressing flowers, and it's not meant for pressing flowers, but I have like dubbed it the flower pressing book. So if I find any good flowers, I press them. I have some tulip petals in there, but usually I forget, so there isn't actually anything besides the three things, two of which are tulip petals that I got on the same day. So here we are. So I think we're gonna go. It was really interesting to see as well. It was like, yes, I've seen bleeding hearts, but I haven't felt a bleeding heart, you know, like they're seeing it and then there's experiencing it, and I experienced it that time. It was very interesting, and I honestly really liked it. Like, it was nice to just hold it, because it was hollow on the inside, and so it was just the outside, and it was like surprisingly sturdy but really light. Like, it was wild. I'm gonna keep talking about that just like to the end of my life, because it made me happy. You know, if something makes you happy, talk about it. And if people don't like you talking about things that make you happy, get better people around you, because you deserve people who enjoy the things that, or enjoy you being happy, you know? So there's that, and then we can go. And then leaves. I'm kind of just adding the leaves on for fun. Like, I don't actually know what types of leaves are on these things. I mean, I know I have one in my front yard. I should have probably observed it more while it was still blooming, but here it is. Isn't my favorite. I think I like the original sketch better, but here we are. We have that sort of thing. I think actually I'll just slip that down a bit. I like that, which means we have to do the mosaic plant. Yay! Oh no. This is the one I've been dreading. Luckily, the name is quite nice. It's Ludwigia setosis or something. It's fun. It's just kind of nice, you know? Anything that starts with an L or an S are always, actually, or a T or an F. Those are always the most fun things to write in cursive, because you get to do all the fun swoopies. It's just fun. So I have changed the way that I do E's, like lowercase e's, actually capital E's as well, B's. I need to figure out a better way to do D's because the capitals just look terrible, and also capital G's. I have figured out a way to make all of them look better because the originals look terrible and are also very, very hard to remember. Like, I can never remember what an actual G looks like. It's something dumb like that little thing right there. Like, it's something really dumb for a capital G, but also, like, that's too complicated. No thank you. If I'm gonna write a G, I'm gonna do a circle with a little stool. It's all good. I think we can all agree that cursive is just kind of silly. I mean, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing, and we should keep teaching it. But, like, it's just the way that some letters are shaped is just a bit like, we should be asking the person who invented that if they were high, because it genuinely doesn't seem like a letter. But here is that, which means we get to try to do that. And I like how it looks. So this sketch right here is what it is, which looks kind of silly, but it starts in the middle and then it goes out, and the leaves slowly get more spaced out, and that's not how it really is. They're like all interconnected and stuff in real life. And then there's also a flower right here, because in the actual plant there is a yellow flower that blooms on it, and that's usually what it refers to for the plant, but I wanted the diamond bit and not the flower bit, so we're using that. So I'm basically going to do a basic shape and then kind of go from there. So I have a little circle, and then I'm going to do a bunch of little spiky bits. I'm just going to do like 5 of them, and then I'm going to do a bunch of like smaller triangles that are like not really connected, but like kind of connected, you know? And they can kind of be connected. I just need it so that it looks kind of natural, because it's kind of a mess, you know? And it's supposed to be organic, so I'm going to try my best to do that. And we're gonna do the flower. Should be fine. It's just hard to do because they're so tiny and itty bitty. Just so itty bitty. Hopefully this looks okay when I do it in I think I'm gonna do it in pen. I mean, I'll probably experiment a bit beforehand, but I think I'm gonna do it in pen. I don't usually do much in pen. I know that some people like sketching in pen because they can't erase. But to me, that is extremely stressful, and I physically can't do that. And also, it's just a different medium, and I can't get like lightness or darkness with it. I mean, I kind of can, but actually no, I can't get lightness or darkness, but I can get like a little bit thinner if I really want to. But like, pen is just a journey that I have not been on yet. And I kind of don't plan on it for right now, because I have other things to worry about, and also other things I'd rather do. Like, I would much rather spend my time doing more things with colored pencils, because that's just a lot more enjoyable to me. And also, this is so many itty bitty diamonds. Why did I pick this? Oh yeah, because there was no other options. Maybe I should have done it bigger. I probably should have. Granted, there are a lot of leaves in real life, so maybe this is good. It's just a lot of going around in a circle and trying to find where it fits. It's a lot. So many. I'm only like a little bit of the way done. I kind of don't like it, but it should be fine. Honestly, I kind of just have to go with something. Because, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get much better. I already tried doing little thumbnails. Okay. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm kind of liking it. I would be lying if I said I loved it. And it's also kind of really hard to see. But there's that. I think what I might do is I might kind of like how I did on this, and like blur the background a little bit to like have the negative space be the plant. I think I might do the same thing, but I might do it with pen, so I'll just like, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Maybe I will blur the background with pencil and then go over the edges of the leaves with pen. That could work. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the mushroom again, because I did all the sketches, all the queens are done. And I think I'm going to start with this again. And I think, please let, I mean, you're going to have more ink for you if you don't, but it's such a nice pen. I just don't usually sketch with pen. So, I mean, the one time I have like drawn things in pen, it has been on my arm because pen goes on easier than pencil, and also it has been with this one because this one goes on to skin much easier than other ballpoints that I've used. Because the other crappy ones, they don't work well. So I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to try not to smear because I've done that a lot, and I am just going to go over the words first, get used to holding a pen again. I was also kind of thinking it could be really cool if the each of the extra cards, so the Jack, the Queen, and the King, were done in a different medium besides the markers. So the King would be done in watercolor, the Queen would be done in pen. But I don't know what the Jack would be done in because for right now I just have words because that's the only idea I got. I mean, I was thinking of symbolism, but also like it the symbol for the symbolism is the plant that I have been drawing. So that's it's interesting, you know? So yeah, if I want to do the symbolism idea, I'd have to do the word. And it's interesting to say the least. Cool, I don't like that, but it's fine. Because that's really, really hard to read. I'll erase the pencil marks in a minute. I've just got to get the other word done. Hopefully this one will be a little bit easier. I just gotta go over it a couple times with the pen because the pen goes on kind of splotchy because it's going on paint. And the paint is, you know, it's paint. Can't get much more uneven than that. Just a bit bumpy. And it's on top of paper, so that's not helping. This is fine. I'm kind of liking how this goes. Okay, so I think we've got that bit. And I think that's fine. That isn't a whole lot centered, but here we are. And I think this is what we gotta go with. I think I'm just gonna try sketching. See how it goes, you know? Because it is supposed to look kind of like a field guide, or at least that's what I took inspiration from. So it is supposed to look kind of messy, or at least a little bit messier than what I've been doing. Granted, I do have some uneven edges on the paint and markers, bits, but it's fine. Not intentionally messy, you know? I mean, intentionally messy would have been better, but it's fine. And I'm liking that. This is fun. I don't usually work in pen, so it's interesting to say the least. It's kind of refreshing not having to worry about erasing things. But we have that. I'm going to erase the pencil marks, but I'm going to wait a second because the ink tends to smear. So for now, we're going to work on the words of the Clover. But I think it's going good. honestly, we might get this done within the next 20 minutes and have 30 minutes left over to do the edges, which I think kind of sounds nice. After all of this hard work of working in pen, we get to chill out and work with a paint marker. Which honestly isn't very much chilling out, because paint markers are a hassle. Because every single paint marker that I have tried to use has like clogged up in some sort of way, and then like I can't use it anymore. Like after the first use, it's like, oh cool, I'm gonna just peace out. That's how paint markers are. I think I will add like little splotches of colors. When the mushroom, I'll add like just little bits of red, just because like it's kind of nice. Ooh, okay, so 2 days ago, okay, on Tuesday, there was an update for Minecraft. Now, I think that's pretty neat. I like the update so far. I think it's been awesome. I've been loving the new swamp that it came with. That's all great and dandy. However, there was something else that also happened along with the update. And it's where on PC, which is what I play on, they combined Bedrock and Java Edition into the same launcher and made it so that if you had one, you also had access to the other. And oh my gosh, it's been great. I used to have Java, but now I have both, and I can finally play all of the maps that I accumulated. Because I have Minecraft like bought on my phone, but I never play it. But there was a couple times where I checked in and was like, oh, there's free stuff on the marketplace today, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I claimed it and then never used it. And I have actually really wanted to use some of the maps that I claimed, because the maps are just like custom built things, and one of them I was so excited for. Okay, you gotta farm things. There was no monsters. You just got to explore and complete quests, and it was great, amazing. I didn't get a chance to play it, and up until 2 days ago, I think I've had this thing for a year. Up until 2 days ago, I wasn't able to, and now I can, and it's been amazing. I genuinely love it more than the update, because I get to play all of these fun maps that I've been waiting to for so long. It makes me very happy, and I'm so glad that they decided to do that and combine the two editions. It just makes me happy. I think I'll add little bits of red. Not sure how it'll go, but we'll see. So I think we'll go the brighter one. And we'll just kind of like okay, yeah, this is interesting. Not sure how I feel about it, but you know what, it's fine. This is just confusing. I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of splotchy. I think if I do more like this and kind of fill in certain spots, it should be fine. If not, I'll just fill the entire thing in and kind of abandon the idea of doing just bits. It's kind of fun. I think that's a bit better. I think I'll, because I really like this corner. I think I'll just go through and add just a little bit more to each of them, and then kind of spread them out. but also texture. Woo! Textures, woo! So hard to do. I've always struggled with texture, but I really like that. It's a little bit splotchy, but like kind of interesting, you know? I don't have anything good for the stem, sadly, but I bet, I wonder, yeah, I don't think I have anything good. It really sucks. I was kind of hoping to. Maybe a peach color could work. Nope, that is very neon. Okay, cool, lovely. Yeah. I mean, maybe this. This is kind of metallic, though. Nope, that is very much a peach. I mean, maybe I can just... That's fine. It's fine. And I think I will add just like a couple little bits of like highlight. I think in the A's or something. I just think that's pretty neat. I'll also do that. Okay, so there we have it. There's the Mushroom Queen. I really like it. And now we get to move on to the Clover. Now, I kind of don't know what to do for the flower. Maybe I can just find... Actually, wait. This one might work good. So I think this gel pen will work good for adding color into the flower. So I'm gonna put the red aside, keep the pink to the side, and we're gonna go over this with the pen. So fun. Makes me happy. I need to play with pens more often. Okay, cool. I really wish that I could zoom my camera in just a little bit more so that I could show you guys what I'm doing, because it's like my hand is in the way and also the camera is very, very far. And I can't zoom it in anymore. I've tried. Silly camera. But I'm really liking this. Like, I like this a surprising amount. Okay, this is going great. I just get absorbed in it sometimes, you know? Like, it's all it just flows. You move on from one part and go to the next, and then it keeps going, and then you're finished. Like, suddenly, poof, 2 hours have gone by, and you have a finished piece, and you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was in the zone. But I'm really liking that. Again, we're going to wait just a second, and we're going to work on the words for the Bleeding Heart, because otherwise the ink will smudge when I try to erase it. But... Actually, wait, I totally forgot to try to erase the pencil lines on the... Oh, gosh. Eek! Okay. That's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, I smudged the red a little bit, but it's fine. I know I keep saying that, but like, I genuinely wasn't expecting these to come out, like, decent, I guess. Like, I had the idea in my head, but I wasn't able to, like, imagine it very well. I don't know. I don't have very good, like, visualization skills. I can sometimes do it, but unless I get it on the paper, it's not happening. That's why I've done little thumbnail sketches for all of these, is because if I don't do it while I have the image kind of in my head, or at least somewhat formed, if I don't draw it or write it down or something, then it's not gonna happen, and it's gonna go poof and disappear. Ugh, pen is also just a hassle to work with. Like, please, sir, just put the ink on the paper. I don't care. It just, like, I'm trying to write these words, and it's like, no, we're gonna give you, like, the lightest possible shade. And I'm like, you could have done that while I was drawing. And when I try to push down hard, it doesn't work much either. Just a process. Honestly, it's so fun to work with different mediums. Because I used to only work in, like, pencil. And then I got into my classes. And then one of my instructors was like, hey, we're going to be working in all sorts of mediums. And then she had us work in oil pastel. And she didn't have us work in paint because she didn't really have access to the paint. The other teacher did. But we did, like, oil pastel, and we were going to do pen and ink, but we didn't have the time. And then we did, like, markers and colored pencil and just lots of things. We did so many things. We did, like, full pieces with each of them, and it was honestly amazing. It was a great experience. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to erase before putting the gel pen on, because whenever I try to put gel pen on, it just does things that I don't want it to. So we're going to do this one, and we're just going to add a little bit, because this is what I've got. Because Clover flowers, they can be white, they can be pink, they can be like a really deep pink that looks more like red. They can be all sorts of colors. And by colors I mean like two, but it's fine. They can be all sorts of shades and tints and tones of the two colors. And I think I am also going to grab my lighter gel pen of the green and kind of go like that with the Clovers. Just cause adding some pops of color doesn't hurt. I mean, unless you add too many pops of color, because then it's just color, and then, oh well, it's not pops of color anymore. But here we have our Clover. So interesting. Which means that we're halfway done with all of the queens, and we have a good 50 minutes left. Actually, no, not 50. 40? Probably 40. Closer to 30, but it's fine. We have time left. We don't have to rush. Last time it took too long, and then we didn't get to the bleeding hearts, but it's fine because we got to them today. And now that I have the bleeding hearts, oh, okay, cool. I really like that. I, for some reason, have the sudden urge to go on a road trip. It just popped into my head, and I'm like, I want to do that. I don't know where that came from. I just want to go on a road trip now. Jeez. Well, I know that's not gonna happen, but oh man, can I imagine it. Because road trips are fun. You gotta sit in the car. I never really have to drive. I just gotta like sit there and doodle things. It's great. There was one time when I was itty bitty, I was on a road trip, and I decided that I was going to draw all of the foods from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So I drew the foods, and they ended up being the front cover of my sketchbook for like the next 3 years. It was great. I still genuinely love that picture. It was like little me's just star moment. It was on a road trip, and then I had to rush one of the pickle man things, whatever they want to call them, whatever. But I had to rush it because we got to a pit stop and I really needed to go to the bathroom, but I also wanted to finish the pickle man. I don't know why I remember that so vividly, you know, but I guess that's one of the things that you just latch onto as a child. It's just like, oh, whoops, okay, cool, pickle man. Okay, cool. I'm liking that. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of ignore those people if they come in here and be jerks, but it's fine because we have our bleeding heart and it's so nice. And honestly, I'm kind of liking these. I am still very, very unsure about the mosaic plant, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. And yeah, we'll just wait and we'll do the lettering. Okay. Yeah, apply that pressure. Woo. Okay, come on, pen. I love you. You've gotta work here, please. We still have a full nother drawing to do. I love this pen so much, but it can be a pain. It's only a pain when the surface is uneven, of which these cards, their surface is very uneven. It sucks, but like, I'm not gonna get better than this pen. And it's honestly, it's so great. I love this pen because I made it. And the color of the wood that I picked, amazing. And also that class, super fun. Partially because there was like a total of 3 girls in that class. So we all just kind of knew each other. We'd like seen each other around. And so we all just like latched onto each other. And then we all made pens together, and it was great. It was honestly a fun class too. I don't know why I still remember it, but like it was fun. And I got a pen out of it, you know? And now we get to do all of the fun erasing. Fun fact, literally 2 minutes before I started streaming, my cat decided that she was gonna sit in my lap. So that was a fun adventure. I cuddled with her for like 1 minute, and then I had to start, and I was like, okay, cool, you can go lay on my bed. And she's like, okay, fine, you have to give me cuddles later though. So I have to cuddle her later tonight because she's a little princess who needs her cuddle time. She's getting old too. She's, I think, 11. I think she's 11. Oh gosh, had her that long. Oh, I love her. She came up to me when she heard her name. Or just heard me talking about her. She's sweet. And I think on this one I'll do the same thing where I kind of add in details with this one. All good. I'm kind of liking that. Ooh, okay, something that I just remembered that I could talk about while finishing this is next year, or at least next school year, okay? I get to take some fun classes. So along with my my art classes and stuff, I am also going to be taking a French class, which is going to be very fun. I am very much looking forward to that because I did not get the chance to take it at all within the past like 5 years. And now I finally do, and I'm like, heck yeah, we're gonna take French, baby. And also, any excuse to say oui baguette, I will take. Because I don't know. I know that's a bit cliche, but I think it's funny. So now for our bleeding heart, we have this, and I kind of like it. I think it's quite sweet. It isn't exactly focusing, but that's fine. It's sweet, and I will show off all of the cards at the end. Hopefully I can finish those ones today, like fully, and do the outline as well, because I think I'll probably finish this with like these 4 cards within the next, like, I don't know, 5 minutes if this card goes to plan. It's a mess though, so it might not, but it's fine. But if this card goes to plan, I can finish this within 5 minutes, and then we can spend the rest of the time doing the borders, which I need to do. I'll probably continue doing the borders tonight if we don't get it all done, but, you know, it's just something that needs to get done. And then, hopefully, next time we can just straight up finish the cards. Because that's honestly really, really wild to me. Partially because we've been working on this for like 2 months now. It's been a lot. It's been a long journey. And here we are, almost at the end. I have some fun ideas for what we can do next, though. I have this one project that I've been wanting to do for a couple months now. And it's just like a simple little thing. It's kind of pretty. I just want to do watercolor flowers with a coffin in the center and a pretty lady inside. And I actually got someone to model for me, so that's actually fun. It was just one of my friends, but she let me take pictures of her, so it counts. But like, I might do that project on my own, just to like unwind and such. But I think that could be a fun one to do on stream. I might just do like a coloring page to just relax for a bit after this long project, but I'm also going to be taking a 2-week break after that because of the required class that I have to take. But I'm kind of liking how this looks so far. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. It's just a lot of little things, because so far we have that, which honestly looks a lot better when you can actually see it, but, you know, it's just a project. There's lots of things that I want to do in my free time off, like when I actually try to cook, which I baked something yesterday, so that's a start. I baked bread. It tasted really good. I'm actually gonna go finish it after this. There's like 2 slices left, and it's my bread. I'm going to eat it. Nobody else gets the slices. It's me. It's mine. But I need to like cook. I'm gonna paint my ceiling like I mentioned. I made an apron this week. That was pretty cool. That's something I wanted to do. Maybe eventually I'll make a second apron that I can use for cooking. Because I like aprons. I think they're neat. I just think they're pretty neat. I just like aprons. They're pretty cool. I got this really pretty overhaul today. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's orange, and it's like the perfect fall color, and I'm gonna match it with a green shirt that I have, and I'm gonna flaunt around in it and say, look at how pretty I am, because that's fun. And I'm very excited to wear it, but I have to wash it first, because wearing clothes straight out of the store, or like, you want to wear clothes straight out of the store, but like wearing them like without washing them first after buying them, very bad idea. That's probably not the best, because people have tried that on and you don't know who's touched it, you know? So I have to wash it first, which means I have to wait, but I'm definitely gonna wear that. It's fun. I bought some new clothes. It's kind of nice. I really like wearing boots, so I have lots of boots that go with my things. So this one's kind of a mess, but it's fine. It's like a fun mess, you know. It's a mosaic, you know, because it's a mosaic plant, or Ludwigia sedosis. It's fun. But we have that, and I think I am just gonna... We're definitely going to wait a second. And I forgot to do things on this, so I am going to go back and add the little highlights. And then we'll come back to the mosaic plant and add some things. This is nice. I didn't think I'd have a little distraction from today, I guess. But I like that. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more green just around the edges of the clovers, because I'm not liking how much white space there is, and also this is about the clovers. It's the focus of this card is being brought to the flowers instead of the clovers. I mean, granted, the flower is a clover, but whatever. It's fine. I'm liking that. So here's the clover card again. I'm liking it. I think it's pretty neat. I'm gonna do the same, but with I think I'll just do red. And I do want to add some bits of red into the bleeding heart because it looks like too hot pink right now, and I don't like that. So we're going to fix that. And then we're going to add the highlights but in red, and then we're going to use the same green on the mosaic plant, and we can have them match. Because I've decided that instead of black and red, we're doing green and red. And we're switching things up just because it's my cards, so I'm gonna do what I want with them. And I think they're neat. Should be done. Okay. I like that. I did it a bit sporadically, so not sure how that looks, but it's fine. We have that, which means we also have to come back to this. And I think, yeah, we'll just erase and see how it looks. I'm thinking it looks fine. I think it looks fine. Okay, that's good. And we are going to grab a yellow gel pen that hopefully doesn't look too neon, because granted, literally all of my gel pens that are yellow end up being neon, and it's really annoying. But the flowers on this thing are yellow, so I want to have a good yellow. And I think I found one. It actually was with my greens, so luckily that works. And then we can do this green, which is the same one we did for the clovers, and we can kind of add little highlights, just on the edges of the leaves or something, because I think that's pretty neat. And just doing little bits, I think, would help it pop out, and then we might not have to do the shadow, because I don't really want to do the shadow. The shadow would be a bit too far, away from the other cards, in my opinion. But here we are, and we'll see how this works out. But we have to go along each leaf individually and add the green, because, oh my gosh, these, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. But I'm liking this so far. I think it's pretty neat. I definitely didn't think that this one was my major holdup through this entire project, so it's nice to finally be mostly complete with it. I mean, the mosaic plant is wild, honestly. I mean, it looks so pretty if you look it up. There's beautiful pictures of it. I haven't changed my reference picture from the mushroom because I just think that's a beautiful representation of what mushroom I'm going for. I also have completely forgotten to add white spots on all the mushrooms I did yesterday. Or, I mean, last stream. Which I need to remember to do. It's fine. Maybe I'll do that with the edges. But the mosaic plants, they're beautiful, and they're water plants. So they're just really hard to draw. But I think I pulled it off fine. I mean, it's definitely something, you know. I now thinking about it, I could have done a section of leaves and the flower, but we're too far gone for that. So, we have this. I'm gonna try something. It's just gonna be in pencil, so if we want to erase it, we can. But I'm going to add just a little bit of shadow. Just a little bit. Just like the tiniest bit, but it's in between all of the leaves, so hopefully it will help it pop out. And since it's in pencil, it shouldn't be too hard to remove if I don't like it. It just might smear some things with the gel pen. It's never good, but I guess it isn't bad. It's a hassle getting in between all these leaves, but here we are. I'm kind of liking the shadow, and I mean it isn't too noticeable, it just kind of helps the leaves pop, I think.
The dreams.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I think it's kind of nice. And you can't really tell that the shadow's there, which I think is pretty neat. And you can see the flower, which I was worried about for a second there. But here we are. So, that means... Actually, wait, what? Hot. We need to do we need to do the bits. We need to do... Hold up, my brain is buzzing. We need to do the highlights, that's what it's called. Just with the green. It's fine, it's all good. Okay, now it's all done. All of the queens are done, which means that we can showcase them. So, first up, we have our mushroom queen. It's so sweet. If the camera would focus, but it's fine. It's going great. So we have our mushroom queen with a spotty little cap. Kind of fun. Next, we have our Clover, which features a very pretty little flower on top as well. I like it quite a lot. I think that one is actually my favorite just because it turned out better than I thought it would. Then we have the bleeding heart, which is interesting to say the least. I don't think it's not my favorite, not my least favorite. It's fine. And then we also have our mosaic plant, which is kind of a mess. It's kind of too detailed, too itty bitty, but I think it turned out pretty good for I guess what I was trying to go for. It was honestly just a lot to try and do, I guess. It was just a process. Now, that means that we have only 8 more cards to do. And that's going to be saved for next time because I need to sort out some kinks with both of them. I need to try watercolor more. This is what I tried yesterday. So, like, the watercolor looks nice and it does not bleed through. It just kind of makes it a little bit wavy. So as long as I don't add too much pigment, it should be fine. But I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, see what I can make looking like stained glass. And we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, we only have 9 more cards left, people. Which we have 8 more. We have an extra one, which is why I think I said 9. I don't know. We'll see. But that's how that's going. I'm going to quickly put all of these markers back in a bundle because they tend, I had to take them out of their bundle for the bleeding hearts, but it's fine. And that means that we get to start with the paint marker because we have a good 15 minutes, and you know what? I can use this time. So I'm going to actually just move the sketchbook, and we're just going to do on top of this. So how I've kind of done it in the past is the paint marker doesn't actually go out well on its own. Like that, it's kind of fine. Okay, cool. But if you do that, then it pulls up and you can like do it kind of like a quill, you know? Which I think is pretty neat. If it will be cooperative, but it's fine. It does wear out the paper on both papers, but honestly, it's gonna have to do because it's the only method that I've found that actually works. And I want to do the queen bits first because then once they dry, I can do the color over it. So that's kind of how I've been doing it, and then we have the little white queens. As long as nothing touches it, it's fine. Maybe I should try using a quill at some point. I think that could be a rather interesting experiment. That one was a lot faster. But yeah, I want to go through all the cards and kind of do the symbols. I think the symbols will take up the rest of the time, and then on my own time I can do all the boring lines. Because I mean, I have a few shows that I need to watch. I can just do it while doing that. And then you guys won't have to sit here and watch me do lines, and we can actually do interesting things next time. That's what I'm planning. I try to keep the boring things off screen so that you guys don't have to bother with them. Ooh, that's kind of a mess. It's fine. Everything is fine, you know? It's fine. Okay, cool. So we have the queens at least done. Now I'm going to go through, and I think I'll do the bleeding heart and mushrooms ones first, just because I've completed those already, and then I can work through the clovers and the mosaic plants. And also at one point I'm going to need to completely flatten this out because right now it's like that and like all bendy and does not sit very well. I just have it like in a stack on a shelf that's next to me. Kind of a mess, but it's fine. It works. So, we get to start with the 8. I think today's been kind of fun. I wasn't able to talk for the entire time. I'm still getting used to that. It's kind of a skill that you have to learn. But I'm liking this. This deck of cards isn't like my best work, but it definitely has been fun. And it's been like a good way to practice things. So I definitely needed that. I definitely need the practice. Because practice makes perfect. It does. You're going to get good at what you practice, which is why I'm trying to practice at art. Because I want to be good at it. I think it would be really good. And I really like doing it, so it makes me happy. And I remembered to do the little spots. So finally the mushrooms have spots, and I think they look just significantly better. It's a bit harder to do the bigger spots because then dries out and looks pink. But I'm liking this. I think it's pretty neat, at least. I just think it's neat. Kind of like going through and fixing some things as well, because when I was doing these mushrooms in particular, the stems got really dirty from the red because I accidentally mixed them. So I'm kind of like going through and adding just a little bit more white to make it a bit better. We got some spots, except I have to add so many spots. Like, for the first few cards, it was so easy because you only have to add spots for one mushroom. And yet, now it's like, oh yeah, you have 10 mushrooms? Cool, you have to add spots to every single one. And I'm like, please, take pity. Take pity on me, my mushrooms. I have created you, do not make me put spots on every single one. And yet I want to put spots on every single one, so I guess I've cursed me. But slowly but surely, I'm getting done with each card. Okay, now on to the number, because I did the number last, I guess. What I've learned is that it's so much easier for me to do a thick coat, just one thick coat of paint, and then it's fine, because I can get one good stroke and then it's all good. But as soon as I try to add that second stroke to make another coat on top of it, it starts looking really bad on whatever I try to do it on. So I just do one really thick one and then wait for it to dry, and then it's fine. That's the method that works for me, because I'm not good with going on the same thing multiple times. But luckily these ones are really itty bitty. I don't have any huge ones on this card, so I can just boop 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 all over the place. Ah! Messed up the 10. Oh well. I always end up getting paint on my finger as well. Hi, kitten. Yeah, I know you want attention and you want let out, but I'm gonna have to wait just a couple more minutes, okay, hon? Silly kitten. I love her so much. I enjoy her very much. Did you hear that, Indy? I love you. Yeah. Okay, so this paper is going to be filled with the white spots from where the pools of ink have been. Oh, this was my test paper for my new project that I've been trying to brainstorm about, and then I got distracted. Whoopsies. So now this is just a sketch paper. Okay. This is pretty easy. When just doing the numbers instead of also adding spots to mushrooms, it's so much faster. It took like 10 minutes to get through those mushrooms, and now I'm like breezing through these bleeding hearts. Okay, so we have all of those, and I do have to like let them dry, but I think that's, I'm gonna add another coat to this, because apparently the queen decided to not exist on this card, which is an issue, so we're going to do that, and then I think, actually, this is a good time to end it. So, here we are. We have done the queens and these leading hearts today. Here's the mushrooms we did last time. We also did some mosaic plant and clover. And we are now officially 10 out of 30. No, wait. We are 11 out of 13 done. We only have the jack and the king to do left, which we will be doing next week. Again, I have to take a 2-week break after next week because I have a class that I need to go to that conflicts with times and such. But I will be back after then, and we will start on a new project. And it's going to be great. I sadly am not able to do a Joker. I mean, I have one extra card, but I also do not have an idea for it. So if you have an idea, give it to me and maybe I'll be able to do it. But other than that, it isn't in the cards. Oh, a potted plant. A cactus. Cactus. I think that would be great. Yeah? Ooh, or a Venus flytrap. That could be pretty neat. I will definitely think about that, brainstorm some ideas. We'll see how it is. I do have one extra card, so maybe we'll do that as a little, if we have extra time. Or maybe I'll just, like, do it in my free time and then pull it out and say, oh, I did it. But for now, we're gonna be done for today. I'm gonna go relax, give my kitten some cuddles because she is sitting on the floor looking at me and saying, why aren't you paying attention to me? So, like, I do want to show off these cards again, just because I love them. And also, like, I like it. I might just color the entire thing in, but I don't know. I keep, like, going through what I've done and saying I don't like this, and then I do like it again, and it's a process, but I really like this one. I don't think I will change anything about the clover because it's so nice. But it all ended up pretty nice. And again, we're gonna finish next week, so don't you worry. We'll have a complete deck. I won't just abandon this. But that is it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching and chilling out while I try to draw flowers, because I think that's pretty neat. And I will see you all next week, hopefully. Goodbye.